Are we filming? Okay, so I went to, let me get up my knee. I went to this place called Go, and it's a supermarket. I had just a genius idea. I was thinking of Judge Dredd when he runs out of ammunition in the movie Dredd, right? So when he kills the corrupt judges, he's like, you know, reload. And he takes their ammo because the Peacemaker is DNA encoded, so you can't take their gun. Anyways, you're probably like, what the hell are you talking about? But I'm going to show you what I did. So we're going to do our reload. So we have Incendiary, Armor Piercing, Flashbang, what was the other one? High X, all the different ammo of Dread, right? So this is what I got to go. Money's not very good, obviously. It's tests or like no school, nothing, right? But I was able to get 1, 2, 3, 4, and one in the freezer. I don't know how long. So each one is 1 day's portion. So I had them separated. Okay. And we got, so we're gonna do a ration here. A brand new loaf of bread. It was how much was this loaf of bread? Excuse me. So the loaf of bread was I don't know where I put their receipt at. Stand by, hold on. I found it. We're good. Alright. It's wrapped up in the Venmo. So, reload. Alright, so here we go. We got our receipt right here, right? So, we have one that was 14,000, a 16,000, 14,000, 16,000, bread 19,000. 4 days worth of food for a total of 80,000 dong. So, if we ration, also, we still got, so we got 4 days of food, or 4 days embalmed meat, 1 loaf of bread, water supply, we got 1, 2, 3, oops. 3 big waters and a little jug here. We'll put those back. So we're still at 3 big jugs of water. Water's easy to replace. I still got 1 big thing of jelly, right? I got this bread left over. This is the one that I had yesterday that I was so excited about. So yeah, so I keep it in the refrigerator to try to preserve it. 1, 2, 3 yogurts. You're supposed to take 2 a day after each meal, according to Ang. It helps your digestive tract. And that's all in that. Peanut butter wise, we have alright. Okay, peanut butter wise. The creamy kind. The creamy kind, which is my favorite. We're down to about half, a quarter. Still can make probably 2 sandwiches if we scavenge. But I still got a full one of chunky. I hate chunky. Ugh. But, you know, when you gotta make do, you gotta make do. So it still has the energy and stuff that you'll need. So if I ration all this stuff, we got the 3 things of water, 4 things of balm. So this is like hamburger meat. It's pork. It's not hamburger, but it's wrapped up into like a, enough where I can bake it, put it on 2 pieces of bread or 1 piece of bread, depending on how hungry I get. So peanut butter and jelly for lunch. It'll be that, followed by a yogurt. And then at nighttime for the next 4 days, we will have one of those on a piece of bread. Oh, and I also forgot the best part. I still got one, just one. Looks like just one. Thought I had more. That's unfortunate. More ration. I got 1 packet of spice sauce. So what you do is you cook your meat in this stuff, right? I used to have 4, but I gave them away. But we'll divide it into 4 servings, just to give a little flavor because I don't have any salt or anything. And then we got some spice and seasoning right here. This is what you use for spring rolls. We could probably improvise, just to throw a little texture, a little mix on there. So yeah, we're good for at least, and if this was like, say it was like the zombie apocalypse, if you're going to hell, you could probably, if we had power, mind you, if I lost power, well then, let me put this back in the refrigerator. If we lost power, mind you, well then I'd be SOL. But, let's see what needs to be refrigerated. Let's do one of these yogurts, actually. Let's do one now. Bread, refrigerator. This bread, refrigerator. Keep everything cold. I plugged the refrigerator back in. 2 peanut butters over here. And our 2 spices will sit right here. Oh, and to compensate for the lack of vitamins and stuff, I take these bad boys. A through Z multivitamins. So I'm still getting something, It has A, B, B2, B6, B12, C, D, E, K, niacin, magnesium, calcium, everything a growing boy needs. So I got 3 of those left, but I think I got some stashed for a rainy day. So yeah, if this was the zombie apocalypse, I think we'd be doing good. So yeah, Ted's a very long holiday. It's like the whole month. I didn't really, last year I didn't realize that. I don't know why. Maybe it was because of the lockdowns, or maybe because I was working. I don't know more. I don't remember being like everything closed this long, but it's alright. It's alright. The other day I was so hungry I was shaking, right? And now at least I got. Oh, I forgot to check if it was expired. Nope, it's 29th. So yeah, we just went to go the grocery market, and yeah, the people were just packed everywhere, right? And there was a Pizza Hut there. A Pizza Hut. They actually have a Pizza Hut now, and I want so bad. I want so bad, but the cheapest Pizza Hut. The cheapest pizza is $129,000. No. Oh, just for a personal pan. $129,000. I didn't have that. Money's not really flowing in right now. But yeah, it smelled so good. Kind of like a reminder of when Grandma and Grandpa would take me to go get pizza, right? Here, let me show you guys my view. People ask, why do I like this apartment so much? Well, if you could look outside that all day, you'd like it too. Even if you're bored, at least you got a view, right? So anyways, to keep my mind occupied, I was reading a study that said that people who lose purpose in their life will generally, or statistically, will die. And it makes me worry about family members. Usually there's this phenomenon where when people retire, they lose the point of their life, right? A purpose, a goal, like a reason, like why you're doing something. And you'll notice, once somebody retires, their health was just kind of. And there was a theory about, when they did the lockdowns with the whole, you know what I'm talking about. A lot of people lost their jobs, lost their purpose, right? And so therefore, mental health spiraled, depression spiraled, death spiraled, and all that stuff. So it's very important to have some kind of purpose. Well, I do have a purpose. My purpose is to stay here. There's things here we're fighting for. But there's not a way for me presently to fight. It's not like a hammer I could just pick up and just start, putting nails in. Something to keep busy to work towards that purpose. Right now, I'm kind of just hurry up and wait mode. Any of you military guys will know what that means, Hurry up and wait. Stand by, Await further orders. I'm kind of just in a holding pattern. Just, waiting for, I don't know.
waiting for that right opportunity to present itself. Well, for one, I'm waiting for everything to open up. Once everything comes back, the holiday gets done, I can get back on the hunt. Try to think what my goal is gonna be, but for right now, just keeping, like the other day when I did that video of the peanut butter jelly, I hadn't eaten it in a while. Like I was like, I think it's called hypoglycemic. So for a medical term, hypo is low, hyperglycemic. So it's the sugar in your blood. Diabetics would know this. So if you're hypo something, that means you're low. And if I had to diagnose myself, I was having some kind of like some low blood sugar, low iron, maybe, I don't know, maybe a little mix of everything. So that peanut butter was actually like a shot of just energy and able to think clearly again. I'm still hungry. Don't get me wrong. I'm very hungry, but it's part of the challenge. I'm in that survival mode. It's kind of how I treat it. I watch shows like The Last of Us or The Walking Dead, and I always wonder how I'd fare. I got the weapons training. I could pretty much shoot, dismantle, clean, operate any gun or any weapon platform, when it comes to, I know how to scavenge, and, I know how to field dress an animal. I can fish, kill a deer, trap a rabbit. I know like all the basics, how to start wood, or how to start fire. You could take some wool off your sock, get flannel. Like I know all that stuff, right? So when it comes to like survival, at least in the instincts of like knowing how to live out in the woods or like how to escape the city, yeah, no problem. I'm in Indiana. There's a time I'd never want to say this, but now I was actually kind of like proud of it. Like I am a country boy, like as much as I traveled around the United States trying to say that I was wanting to be something else, I realized that the city life, bunch of idiots. Like seriously, the allure of the city back when I was younger was different, but now it's just a bunch of sociology majors, and I actually studied. I could have minored in sociology, so I am talking shit, but. I argued with a lot of sociology majors back in school, and God, they're so freaking, what? We're not gonna get into that. But yeah, there's a bunch of people who wouldn't survive one day when the cordyceps mushroom fungi, affected everybody, or the walkers hit. But the thing that I gotta keep though is just your mental. First you gotta keep hope, because if you don't have hope, you'll just lay in that bed. Yes, I make my bed. I try to keep to the same regiment, the same routine, like some kind of order, discipline. Just to, I don't know, keep myself having some kind of responsibility. It's like little things that you learn, but you try to hope that you'll have the mental strength to, or the challenge is to keep, keep yourself focused, not lose hope. Keep yourself entertained, and yeah, there's TV shows, I have a computer, there's access to all that, but that was what led me, back when I was going to college, immersing myself in that stuff was what led me to being, in a downward spiral, because that's not living life, hiding behind, Netflix, or hiding behind computer games or whatever, that's not life. It's a placeholder. Don't get me wrong. It helps you when you have no money, when you're trying to get through college, But I didn't travel to the other side of the world to sit here and watch Netflix. I traveled to do what I've been doing, just racing motorcycles, living life, meeting people, and building a future. Hopefully, so much is riding on this dream here, on this particular dream. And I can go anywhere I want. I'm pretty sure of it. I'm pretty sure of my qualifications now. I can go anywhere I want. Like, name a country. I'm pretty sure they'd hire me. I got enough experience. We got enough letters of recommendation. I got dean's list, honor roll. I think, enough teachers would vouch for me, bosses. It wasn't hard gaining that. I mean, excuse me, it was very hard gaining that. There's been a lot of trips, a lot of mistakes, but like the fact that I've made those mistakes is now why I won't make them again. I learned the hard way what not to do, what to do. So I could literally go anywhere, but like this is it. This is the one I want. This is the dream I want. Not Japan, not Thailand, Cambodia, China, Russia intrigues me. I would love to go to Russia. Or Tibet. I kind of like the idea of Tibet, which I know is China. But like when it comes to like culturally, from what I've studied, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but Tibet's culture is a little bit more different from like the some of the different ethnic, the majority ethnic, which is the Hun, I believe. So yeah, that's where you get like the monks and stuff like that. But yeah, Vietnam, Philippines would be cool just because my dad wants to go there someday. South Korea was always originally supposed to be the dream, but it's a concrete jungle, right? It's so many people. Millions of people push onto the small little peninsula. And yeah, there's beauty to be found in South Korea. My dad lived there for years and showed it to me. That's why I fell in love with, Korean culture. But it's so made up. It's not as authentic as Vietnamese. And I'm saying that just from an outsider. I haven't been there to see it for myself. I mean, I've been to Korea, don't get me wrong. I was at the airport, so I was in Seoul, right? So I've technically been in Korea. I've seen, how Korean people dress and conduct themselves, and a small glimpse into the culture. But it's just so like made up. Vietnam is natural, from the way people eat to the way people look to the way people dress to the way people live to the values. It's very natural. It's very organic. It reminds me so much of like Native Americans, like the same kind of respect for, life and peace and harmony and family values, respect for nature. Like there is so much in common with how like you hear. I took a class with Professor Kratz, the philosophy of Native Americans, or Native American philosophy, my last semester in college. And it reminds me so much of that, and that resonates with me. Having an appreciation for everything that you take, if you kill something, like you use it all, the wastefulness, and don't get me wrong, like Vietnam has a pollution problem in certain parts. Like one of my friends went to the beach, one of the cities on the beach, and it was full of plastic, and and it's sad. You got one of the most beautiful countries in the world here, and but the newer generation, like for example, a lot of people I know here, all they do is recycle. They recycle. They're conscious of reusing the same bags. Like I'm noticing a lot of that, and I respect that. That's what I'm saying. Like I really hope this place becomes the next big superpower because it deserves it. It's kind of like the leader. I ask questions about like Laos, Cambodia, Thailand, all these countries that are around it. Who's the big dog? Who's the one that everybody kind of looks to? And I hear mixed things, but Vietnam is definitely one of them. Vietnam is one of the ones that is innovating. It's definitely innovating. It's definitely a place where you can come make money. So if you want to start a business, if you're like, you hear that thing, digital nomad and all that stuff. Well, it's true. Like I meet so many people come out here and make a business, make a life, and like. If I had the skills and the desire to be a businessman or to have some kind of business, I don't know. But the thing is, you got to have money to make money. When do I ever have money? Only short periods, right? And then something always happens. But this dream right here, like I said, I could go anywhere. It's a strange realization to know that I could like literally go anywhere in the world right now. It's a good feeling. But what is the good feeling if it's spent alone, Like, I don't use Facebook. I don't try to, like, flex on all those people that I hated, back in school. All the people who doubted me, I don't try to flex on them. And, because I know they're all on Facebook, That's why I hate Facebook. I don't want to, as far as I'm concerned, I want them to think I'm dead, like I'm a ghost. You'll never know, the mountains of achievements that are the peak of achievement that I'll someday hopefully reach. And I am going to climb Everest and maybe K2 at Japan, I believe. I want to. I haven't smoked cigarettes in 5 years now, 6 years. I've lost count. And time has just like lost all meaning. But my lungs are better. Yeah, I've lost weight. I want to try Everest one day. I don't know why. It bases that idea of just pushing myself. I like to push myself to the point of just like, to the point where it's damaging me, I know, but it's building this strong. And another thing though too is I can't take all credit. I can't sit here and brag like I'm some tough guy. Like there's, literally, I'm here. I'm still alive because of the generosity and the love of my family. My grandma, my father, my stepmom, my brothers, Ben, like a family here who helps me. I can't say that like, oh, it's just me, carving the way. Like no, like people help me, have helped me when it was like when I got to a point where if I wasn't gonna eat, I was gonna, it's game over, or when if I didn't, you might be on the street. So I can't sit here and take all the credit. I owe everything to my grandma, my grandpa. Rest in peace, Grandpa. And everything to my dad, Lisa. I guess I owe a little bit to everybody who just helped me along my path. My mom, back in the day as a kid, teaching me lessons, that I utilize today even. Even some, everybody has a lesson that you can learn from somebody, good and bad. My dad, my dad is a very strict man, very tough man, but look at the success he's had because of that. So when he gives advice, he does it through the prism of which he understands the world, which is discipline and hard work and deconstructing your problems. And it's like a puzzle piece. There's a solution. Just find it out, tough it out, read the manual. It's like my dad always likes to say, fix it. And he's right about that. But it's just not everybody as gifted as he is. But I definitely admire him for that. But his, even a tough lesson though, sometimes when it could, sometimes when it could be kind of tough to hear, it's still a lesson. It's still teaching me like, okay, yeah, he's right, man up, you gotta learn how to read that instruction manual in life. My mom taught me lessons as a kid, and I've kept some of those. Lisa, my stepmom. My brothers and everybody, just everybody. Ben's been a great lesson. Ben is my best friend, and the whole we were like the yin and yang of friendship, right? So in our 20s, you had this guy who was just, he still is. He's just mature. He was above the partying, above the craziness. He didn't need validation through how many girls you could be or hitting the gym, being a bro. No, dude, he had something more, discipline. He was saving money. He was paying his bills, and then you had me, which I've always kind of just been a loose cannon. But I've always admired him so much and wanted to be like him, and now I kind of am starting to be like him. I'm not as good as him, but when it comes to at least understanding that you can't live your life without at least having some kind of mental maturity. You have to, you got to grow up. And I don't mean grow up like it's sacrifice you. I hate that term. People tell you that, tell them to kick rocks. I mean, grow up in a sense of hey, yeah, maybe you should save some money. Or yeah, hey, maybe you shouldn't go to that party. Or maybe you shouldn't do this or that, So Ben, and my friend Ben, I'm proud of you. He's back in school. He's getting that, getting that second degree. Been trying to talk him to come out here for years now. But Jacob, my brother, Caleb, and in the military, doing very proud. Another brother, in college. Another brother, going to be a police officer, which was going to be one of my jobs. I have my associates with criminal justice, so there was a time I thought I was going to be a police officer. But the thing about that was, to be a police officer meant to sacrifice this. I wanted to see it. I wanted to travel, and I'm glad I did. I'm like my dad in that. My whole life, I watched him just go travel the world, and I would sit in bed, either reading Dragonlance books or thinking about the adventures of my dad, walking through the jungles of Honduras with a machete, cutting off the head of a snake, or doing this or doing that. What does he see? What is it like? Is it scary? Is it And I just, man, he's had a good life, and he's still. I imagine, Dad, if you ever stick around and watch these long videos I make, like your senior years. I mean, you're not senior there yet, but you know what I mean. Your retirement years are going to be probably the best of your life, and you deserve it so much. You've been a great father. You took care of all of us. You got us all. You did your responsibility. You helped us out. You didn't give up on us. Yeah, you didn't give up on me. And I made so many mistakes. But anyways, so how do I keep myself? I guess a lot of it is lately just been YouTube, just because, I don't know. It is, if you were an anthropologist, or what is it? The ones that do the dinosaur bones, God, wow, I'm slipping. Anthropologist, archaeologist, I don't know. Dinosaur bone looker, we'll just say. You're a paleontologist, or that's a study of plants, I believe. But, like, what is my dinosaur bone? What is going to be the proof that I was here if I don't ever have a family? If I don't ever write a great book or develop, what is my legacy on this world? And that's, or why be remembered? Do I even care to be remembered? Is it, part of me just says, like, let the world burn. Like, all you people forced your what onto us, and you tried to push your other stuff onto us. Like, you all deserve what's coming. You really do. But the thing is that my loved ones fell for those lies, and that's what kind of, I can't sit there and gloat and eagerly await all those people who tried to poison me get their due justice, because it means that my loved ones will get hurt. But anyways, I'm getting off subject. I guess just talking to you guys is what keeps me. Whoever the random 16 viewers I might get on some of these long videos, whoever you people are, wherever you're at in the world, I think about who are you? Like, I know there's somebody called Meatball, and everyone ALTNZ. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce your name. My brother comments a few, but like, I wonder who watches. What's your life story like? Where are you at? But this is where I'm planting my flag, guys. This is my life. We're in ration mode. We're in survival mode right now. I am hungry, and my stomach is just growling. I've not ate all day at all. So I should probably make a peanut butter and jelly before I start getting the shakes, right? But I don't know. Life is complicated. But I found something here in Vietnam. Something that I would starve for, something that I'm gonna have to test myself what I'm willing to give up for. Till next time.